What's up, y'all? Good evening. How's it going? It's pretty nippy once the sun goes down. We got the gentlemen situated over here, and they're enjoying their evening ration of alfalfa and grass hay. And we're waiting for their water to fill up. We got that little trailer with the 125-gallon water tank, so it's fitting for them. We're almost filled up there. We got this site set up for him. I think it'll be okay. We can let some overflow. Our dog came back. They decided not to stay with the dudes today, but I know the big one will stay over there. Blue healer, I think I've given her away. Somebody that's interested in a little blue healer. She's female, not fixed. She's a really great dog, but she's more like herding and all that other stuff. I don't do that anymore, so I know that's why she doesn't like being over there. And she doesn't like being over there. She comes following me back. And this lady, you can see her, she comes back with her. The other one, Rolo, she's just a guard dog, the house guard. So that's how she was raised, and that's where she belongs. So. But she also follows me wherever I go. So she follows me out there, follows me back, and so most times this lady follows her back as well. That's just how it's working out with them. But Cooper, our big Pyrenees, he's doing great. He's staying up there, which I'm really grateful for. So he's staying with them majority of the time. These youngins are the ones that still trying to train him, but they're not. It's the two other influences that are causing Daisy, this Pyrenees right here, to come back over here. But then again, we'll see what happens. We have the netting. We had to fold it back on itself. When you're using this netting, you can fold it back on itself like this. It's fine. It won't short out or anything. So that's what's cool about this. It can fold back up on itself. I'm just going to put this here so it's not sagging too much. We just put a corner post right here for the end post to hold. And we had to kind of move some stuff and maneuver the netting. We'll probably take one of the nettings down over there and then just kind of run it to the gate over there and just have them go in there. And that way they're not running all over the place. And we're going to get them back in here. I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all been following me for the past couple of years, I was setting this up because I had this grand idea to where, all right, we're going to separate, what they doing, wethers, yearlings, and older ones and all that. But didn't really pan out as I planned. Like my mom used to say, you can't really ever make plans for livestock. I think she's right because, how do you say it in English? How do you translate it? It's like your plan, it won't go according to plan with them. I think that kind of makes sense now. She used to tell me that all the time. In Navajo, she would say, it's like you can't plan anything for them because it won't go according to the way you plan for them. But kind of like that. Even here, I did the shearing was pretty good. Most of them would go back here, catch them, the little runaway, and we had the little platform right here. I need to build another one for next year. My brother sheared on the ground. A lot of our mohair got dirty, but then again, they also went in the burr patch. There's this burr patch back here and one over here. Yeah, so that sucked. And our beam is, look at that. You can see it, it's twisting. We're gonna have to move this. I don't want to, yeah, it's twisting. We're gonna have to take all these down. I had to take all the beams down. A lot of things just didn't plan out the way I had expected it to turn out. I got all the joist hangers and everything on this one, but we're just gonna go through with it. But we're gonna take him down, and I have no idea what we're gonna do. It's just, I don't know. That's just how it is for me. I don't know. Right now, we're out in the pasture. The only time I think we'll be in here during shearing. Once they're done, they're going back out. So it's just, I don't know until we do the whole shearing process and see how it would go. These will come in handy, I believe. Stars. I wonder what planet that is. Anybody know? And in the morning, it's usually right over here. All right, the water's probably overfilling. Anyway, yeah, that was all that. So we're gonna have to take a lot of that back down, resituated. But I do want to do a runaway for the shearing. That way we separate the sheep and the goats. The sheep and the goats, separate them and just kind of funnel them into a runway. That way we just grab them right there and drag them out. And we're not traditionally old school way. It's just open corral and you're running around after them, roping them, trying to catch them. It's I don't want to do that. I want to just shear them, get the shearing done, get them back on pasture eating. All my if you have water tanks, all my setups are very similar. Well, they are all similar. You got the 2-inch over here adapters most of the time. This is the only one that differ from time to time, differing depending on the model. Sometimes it's the male, sometimes it's the female, and it goes to a 2-inch, which goes to a 3/4-inch spigot, 3/4-inch spigot, 3/4-inch pipe fitting to a garden hose. That's just how it's set up. I have the one. I think the one over there has the one with the clamps, the ones that lock on the side up here. So they had to clamp it down. No, it's the one over here in the gooseneck. It's the one in the gooseneck. Yes, I did. It's got like that gator lock thing with the pins that snap on. I don't know what this is called, but I know what it looks like. I know what it does. I know I'm probably not the only one like that. When I used to work on vehicles, that thing that does this thing, I don't know what it's called, but I know what it does. I know what it's for. It's so funny. Or even at work, I don't know, the thing that does this and that, and this is what it does. I don't know the name for it. It's so funny. But anyway, that's what it is. The adapters and all that. I have one spigot that's like a 1-inch, which I don't know why I got that. Maybe I was just experimenting. Not exactly sure, but we had to get a 1-inch, like a hose adapter or something, or maybe just like a 1-inch pipe. But we'll figure that out later. Right now, we have the 2 barrels, the water tanks that are in use. This little one for these dudes, the big one over there. Then we have an extra big one in there, and then we have 2 other ones in the gooseneck, which I wanted to use to irrigate right here. Just feel somewhat of like a little stir type thing, a little feel. I don't know. That's probably in the future. I still want to do that. But the only thing is, our neighbor's sheep runs around, so we would have to fence that off and keep them out of it when the grass starts growing. But other than that, we are good. We didn't get too much rain for monsoon, but I think we are good for the year. I'm just waiting for snow at the moment, probably mid-November. I'm interested to see this right here, the hillside where the dudes were back in the spring. That's the place that's got, to me, the most vegetation at the moment. On the other side is nothing but needle and thread grass, which I want to get a brush mower for this little dude right here, or ATV, and brush mow all that down, because the whole back is like that, even on this side towards the end, and especially back here. I mean, it's nothing but that. And if you go back to my video like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, I might see a foxtails video on YouTube. You'll see over here, it's nothing but foxtail too. When it matures, it's foxtail and winter fat. a combination of the two. Is where all the foxtail was, I didn't put them there because they had matured by that time, and they won't eat it, and I wouldn't want them to eat that because yeah, the foxtail will harm their mouth and their throat, their stomach, their intestines, all of that stuff. That's probably our next big investment that we would get. But I just want like a little one for the ATV, just like one of those ones you just hook up to the tow hitch and then just start it up and then just go and just. And that would be interesting. That's something that I would like to see me do out here, and especially right here with the irrigation and all that with the water. I believe it would be really, really beneficial right here. Along with that, just plant some trees of sorts and provide shade as well. So that's just sometimes you have to think of the future of the land, how you want it to be better, how you want it to benefit your animals, I should say. And that's just how I think is best. A lot of people don't even really consider that. They just overgraze, especially on the reservation here. People just overgraze. They don't really manage. Well, they don't manage their pastures at all, and they just want to get more and more animals, more animals, more animals. On top of that, there's a lot of feral horses, and horses just running around, and they're out there grazing. I know I might sound heartless and all that, but you got to take action on that. You want your land to come back to what it was before. That's one thing that I believe that they should do away with. If you can't take care of your animal, especially your horse, you're just going to let it run around. Why even bother having one? It's, I don't know, to me it just makes no sense. I mean, other people probably think differently than how I do, but that's just my personal opinion, and it doesn't matter to anybody. It's just me, and nobody's going to listen to me or whatever. But still, you have to think about the land and how all these feral horses are destroying the land. And I'm pretty sure they're sacred animals, but take care of them if they are. If they were, you would be taking care of them. But obviously, they are not to you. That's just how I see it. And then with cows and sheep and goats, I mean, there's just people want more, more, more. They know there's only so much land can take, and land takes time to grow back. It's, you have to develop that root system for the young grass to establish itself before you put them back on pasture. That's the part that I think a lot of folks don't understand. That's why they destroy their land. When the grass is still young, their roots are still developing, and you let your animals out on there, they're going to pull out the entire root. And it's just understandable. That root system is still young. It's not strong enough to hold itself in the soil. You had to wait until they're like 3 to 5 inches, maybe 4 inches tall. At least the root system is a little bit stronger before you put them out there. But then each plant differs individually. It just takes time for you to establish what you can see. And I know a lot of people, they just like, oh, whatever, they'll grow back and all this. It's, no, it doesn't. Manage your pasture properly. If you want more animals, and manage it properly during the drought, you still got to sell some off. And when it's a good trade, still just keep it the same. Just, that's the part that I don't ever understand, why people want more and more and more. So you just have enough to where your, to what your land can sustain, what your land can tolerate. But anyway, that's just my little observation on that. Well, we're gonna head on back to the house and we're gonna get some dinner. Call it an evening. We'll see y'all later. Peace out, y'all. Until next time. Later.